I'll be watching.
Thanks, man.
And the cowboy. He's like the locker room psychologist.
Yeah, it seems that way because Taz earlier tonight, we heard Bobby Roode with some very interesting comments. Heart-to-heart talk with, of all people, his former Beer Money tag team partner, the Cowboy James Storm. How about the comments from Roode? How about the business slaps you in the face, rips your heart out? You can't trust anybody. I mean, let's be honest, the wrestling business changes people.
It does, and you could just see Bobby Roode's demeanor walking out, and his conduct unbecoming of Bobby. Look, there's obviously issues going on with Bobby, with our business. And listen, the pro wrestling business is a grind, you know, the politics of it, being away from home, away from your kids and your wife, your family. It's very difficult. Your body's beat up. You gotta train. You gotta stay on top. If you're not training and you're not in a main event or towards the main event, you make less money. That's what this is about. It's a very competitive, animalistic world we are in our industry, for these in-ring competitors, people don't realize it. It's a very humbling business, and we're seeing that here by Bobby Roode. So let's see what happens. What he's gonna say, I don't know. I hope it's not what I think he's gonna say.
You know, for the last 11 years, I've been proud to call Impact Wrestling my home. And as small children, we all have dreams and aspirations to grow up and be something big, to do something with our lives. And for the last 17 years, I have proudly lived my dream as a professional wrestler. To be able to put on a pair of boots, walk the aisle, get in the ring, and perform in front of great wrestling fans like each and every one of you. But with that being said, there's a lot of things in my career that I'm not proud of. You know, you think I was a ruthless son of a gun out here? You should have seen the way I acted backstage. I ruined friendships. I destroyed alliances, but you know what? Those are things I can't go back in history and change. I can't change what I've done. The only thing that I can do is change my future. And that's why I'm here tonight. Tonight is my last night as a professional wrestler.
What?
I can't do it anymore. I can't. Look at you. You don't understand. For the last several months, I've looked at myself in the mirror, and all I see is hate. I hate myself. For the last several weeks, I've had to come in and walk into Dixie Carter's office and listen to her and put up with her crap. And I can't take it anymore. I can't do it. I have to walk away. I can't be here anymore, and I'm sorry. Please hear me out. Before I go, I want to do something that I've never done ever in my career. And I want to thank each and every one of you. Thank you.
guy's in the prime of his career. What the hell is he doing?
We had heard the rumors and the speculation. We just didn't want to believe it.
Mike, maybe.
So TNA president Dixie Carter, she may have been the one that pushed him over the cliff.
How about music? How about music? Bobby, you do not get to decide when you leave. You have a TNA wrestling contract. And I'm the one who says when you can leave.
Dixie, look you don't understand. I can't do this anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm done.
Well, you don't get to make that call, okay? Jeff Hardy, Sting, AJ Styles. I didn't want any of them in my company. All they did was cause me problems. But Bobby, I need you.
You need me.
TNA needs you.
You need me.
Yes.
You need me.
Yes.
For what? To break more promises to? Huh? To protect your little champion?
Listen, you just did something for the first time and I'm about to too. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. I have been dealing with so much stuff around here with this investor trying to take advantage of me at every turn.
That's not my problem,
Bobby,
Dixie.
Bobby.
You don't get it. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to work for you anymore.
Bobby, you are a wrestler. What are you gonna do, huh? It is in your blood, Bobby. Listen, Lockdown is going to be the most important night in this company's history, but more importantly, in my professional career, Bobby. Operations of the wrestling business of this company are on the line in lethal lockdown. And I have to have a captain for my team that is going to want that victory as bad as I do, Bobby. And I want you to captain my team.
Oh, wait a minute. You're asking me to captain your team after everything you have done to me, after all the broken promises? Why would I do that? Why should I trust you for anything?
Listen, Bobby, this is not about a world title shot, okay? I need you to have a vested interest in winning this match, in bringing that victory to me and to you, okay? You know what? I am willing to give you 10% of TNA ownership, Bobby. Think about it. Ownership. That is how important this match is, Bobby. 10% ownership in TNA.
Let me get this straight. So you're asking me to captain your team
Yes.
at Lethal Lockdown. And if my team is victorious, you're telling me that you and I become business partners?
No, I'm saying you are going to own part of TNA, Bobby. That's what I'm saying.
Why should I believe you?
Listen, you get your own lawyers to draw up this contract, okay?
My lawyers?
Yes.
So all I gotta do is get my lawyers to draw something up, I present it to you, you sign it, no questions asked.
On a stack of Bibles, in front of a judge, in front of witnesses, anything. Come on, Bobby. Come on, Bobby. Bobby. It can change everything, Bobby. Everything you wanted to do in wrestling. This is it. You worked for this your whole career.
We win, and I become an owner.
Yes. Please. Please, Bobby, I need you. For your family. For your family.
You have a deal.
Wow.
But just remember, if you think for 1 second that you're gonna screw me over, I'm gonna dedicate the rest of my life to destroying yours.
Well, I guess money talks. Holy smokes.
Yeah, Rude, not only a wrestler, but a businessman driving a hard bargain, insisting that Dixie Carter give him 10% of ownership of TNA Impact Wrestling if he's captain?
If his team wins at Lethal Lockdown, Bobby would have some juice. He'd have control.
Ladies and gentlemen, here tonight from our German television home, Sport 1, it is the online worldwide gut check winner, Bad Bones, beating out over 200 wrestlers to be here. Congratulations. Welcome to Impact Wrestling.
Ich bin stolz darauf, die deutschen Farben hier bei Impact Wrestling zu präsentieren.
What is the deal with this guy? And where is Samuel Shaw taking Christy Hemme? Impact Wrestling's Road to Lockdown tour is invading West Virginia. Tomorrow we're in Huntington, Saturday in Beckley, and Sunday in Morgantown. Next week, join the superstars of Impact Wrestling in Columbia, South Carolina on February 28th, in Johnson City, Tennessee on March 1st, and in Knoxville, Tennessee on March 2nd.
And check this out, man. Don't miss Lockdown for the first time ever. We're coming to Miami, Florida, live with Lockdown, Bank United Center at the University of Miami. And check this out. Later in March, Spike TV and all your favorite superstars take Impact Wrestling live to Universal Studios in Orlando. Log on to ImpactWrestling.com.
Kaz, is this not the best news ever? All this drama between MVP and Dixie has put our man, Bobby Roode, in the catbird seat, the prime position. All you gotta do is lead Team Dixie to victory at Lockdown. You get 10% of the company. Well, man, if you're looking for valiant soldiers, who better than the extraordinary gentleman? Let's do it, bro. Let's get us back together. We got you at Lockdown.
I know what you guys are capable of. Trust me, but this match, if I win, changes the entire game for all of us. I need the best team in that match. I know what you guys can do, but I can't just pick my friends. Go out there right now in your match and prove it.
Prove it?
You guys got this? Show me.
Best in the business. Does he not remember that?
Man.
Yeah, I respect that out of Bobby Roode. Prove yourself. I like that.
He's scheduled for one fall and his tag team action. Introducing first, making their way to the ring, the team of Eddie and Davey, the Wall.
As I'm with you, all of a sudden Bobby Roode's dialed in. Business is business, and 1 week ago we witnessed the Wolves' very strong in-ring debut. Davey Richards, Eddie Edwards. Tonight they teamed to face a bad influence team that was just motivated by Bobby Roode. One thing we know, the Wolves are a part of Team MVP for the high-stakes Lethal Lockdown match in Miami.
And now, introducing their opponents. They are the team of Christopher Daniels and Kazarian. They are the Bad Influence.
I'm going to go on record right now, and I'm going to say this is going to be an outstanding tag team contest because the Wolves are legit as hell. That's already documented, okay? They are the real deal, a tremendous team. Bad Influence also, they are tremendous. But now that Bobby Roode kind of put a gun to the head of his boys, Bad Influence, saying, prove yourself, and I'll let you be part of my team at Lethal Lockdown. That's a different story. I think Bad Influence come out here motivated now.
I'm with you. I think for
Come out here motivated now.
I'm with you. I think for Daniels and Kazarian, this is must-win time. I think first they need to send a message to the Wolves that this is their house, and I think at the same time, they need to send a message to Bobby Roode that they deserve to be on board for Team Dixie in the Lethal Lockdown match in Miami on March the 9th.
Well, just think about it. Bobby Roode came out, he basically was retiring. He was quitting. He was done. He said, I can't do this anymore. Dixie Carter came out, like the lady or not, man, and she put it out there for him and gave an opportunity to be a 10% owner if his team was victorious at Lethal Lockdown. Now, I don't think Bobby Roode's doing that just for the money as I think about it. I think he's doing it more because he can have some control. He's not happy with the way things are around here, so now he can control those if his team's victorious at Lockdown.
Yeah, I mean, you can control things once you have that piece of ownership. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Then you got to wonder what MVP thinks. He's an investor. So lockdown is a must-see in my book. Let's sink our teeth into this match now. I apologize.
Yeah, Daniels with the side headlock, quickly shoved off into the ropes, but able to explode with the shoulder block that takes down Eddie Edwards. Then the forearm for Davey Richards up on the apron.
Well, the thing with the Wolves is they're a very explosive team. Tremendous athletes, tremendous competitors. I mean, really, to me, they're what this industry is about. I mean, these guys would have fit in any generation in my book. From back in the days, we talked about off-screen about the similarities between them and the great British Bulldogs.
Sure.
I mean, even towards in the 90s, these guys would have fit in. And now in the 2000s, I mean, these guys just fit in any generation. Bad Influence, they are legit. They're credible also.
And I think it's especially driven home here in the UK, here in Manchester, and such a great response from the United Kingdom fans. We've already scheduled 3 huge 2015 shows in January. Glasgow, Manchester, London. Find out more at ImpactWrestling.com what Impact that was. Eddie sets up Davey for the cover and a 2 count on Daniels.
Yeah, good job right there. Davey, I'm sorry, Daniels able to kick out, showing a lot of toughness. Now, Davey Richards saying he's going to fly, he's going to do something off these ropes. This guy can do it.
Yeah, set to go all the way up to the top, but watch out. Here comes Kazarian to cut him off.
You got to be careful with someone like Kazarian. That guy is a true veteran. He knows what he's doing. Hence, what just happened there because Daniels hit Davey from behind while he has his back turned. This is Tag Team Wrestling 101 here, man. Well done.
Taz, you hear about this? There's a new game in town. It's arm wrestling. It's explosive hand-to-hand combat. It's Game of Arms series premiere next Tuesday, February the 25th, and that's on AMC.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of arm wrestling, Earl Hebner, our referee, he was a world champion arm wrestler. Yeah, the senior citizen home. Yeah, no, about 20 years ago when he was in the senior citizen home.
Keep your eyes on Kazarian. Gonna stack up Davey Richards and try and get that.
He escaped from the senior. Yeah, he's one of the guys. They're still looking for him. He escaped. I digress. Go ahead.
Really, let's focus on what's at hand here in this matchup. Let's focus on what's at stake. The bragging rights in terms of tag teams in Impact Wrestling and TNA. The Wolves are Bad Influence. Who's going to take that big step at the same time while the Wolves are already a part of Team MVP? Lethal Lockdown. Kazarian, Daniels. Kazarian hits the kick and almost got the 3 count. They need this win to cement the relationship with Bobby Roode and be a part of Team Dixie.
Oh, I absolutely agree with that. But let's talk about one other thing. Let's talk about the bromance, the World Tag Team Champions. They got to be sitting and watching this like, man, one of these two teams could be a legitimate serious threat close out time.
I have to agree with that. And speaking of world champions, we're just minutes away as Daniels drops down for a 2 count. Just minutes away from our World Heavyweight Singles Championship matchup. Gunner to challenge against Magnus. Gunner, Magnus for the World Heavyweight title here in Manchester, England. That's just minutes away.
Yeah, Gunner going to cash in that case with that world title opportunity. Going to be big, man. Magnus bet to be ready and not look past Gunner.
Here comes Bad Influence with a double team. Davey Richards able to duck under. And a collision course, and what a shot. Just drilled Kazarian in the head with the kick.
Davey's got to try and get over there and tag Eddie Edwards. Got to try and take his partner in, and he's got it, man.
Yeah, Eddie Edwards sitting on ready. Here he comes, back elbow, first for Daniels, then for Kazarian.
Crisp rear back elbows, well done.
Oh, how smart was that?
Sweet. Delicious Kazarian. Hard chops right here. That strong style, that Japanese style right there, that influence, those rapid fire chops. Eddie Edwards, man, getting it done.
One after the other, setting up Daniels, who gets the boot up at the last second when he charged in, but Eddie answers with the kick.
Wait,
I love this. Seizes the leg. Oh, drops him right on his spine.
He's got him, man.
He's got him. Covers. Kazarian in for the save just before the 3 count.
Great teamwork by Kazarian. Now, Davey getting rid of Kazarian. You got to be careful, James. I was going to say it's going to be a 2-on-1 situation.
Power move by Daniels sends Eddie Edwards down. Obviously, looks like it's BME time.
Best moonsault ever, but it missed.
Quick recovery by Daniels. Double him over with the boot. Oh, but the Wolves with the double team. Davey Richards with the kick. Look how quick Davey Richards goes outside to take care of Kazarian. Keep your eyes on Eddie from the top. Double foot stomp to the back.
Big Howl, baby, Howl at the moon. fly, son. Oh, Wolves can fly.
Double foot stomp off the top. Eddie's legal. Hebner counts 3, and the Wolves get another great win.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match, the Wolves.
Tremendous job by the Wolves, right? That's a big victory on a legitimate team in Bad Influence. Question I have, though, I know MVP's got to be impressed with his guys that are going into lockdown as his teammates. But what about Bobby Roode? Did Bad Influence impress Roode enough to put him on his team?
Where's Anderson? He's just looking at pictures of his twins.
Shh. Everything's okay, Princess. Samuel's got everything under control. Hey.
Man, this guy gets weirder and weirder week to week.
Who will face Samoa Joe at Lockdown? Will it be Gunner? Will it be Magnus? We'll find out when they collide for the World Heavyweight title tonight.
People talk about the fact that I'm aligned with the president of this company like it's a bad thing. But the fact is that without that, you're nothing.
Like me, follow me. The television is God's way of telling the world something is wrong. Take a moment and think about what are the separated ways mean. As the social network is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Improving everything. Filter out all the bad and see what's left in 24 years. As I sense endangered prophecies and flaming every sense.
The idea of becoming a wrestler really first kind of became a reality and really sort of formulated in my head, you know, when I sort of became a teenager. I was good at sports and I loved playing sports, but I sort of started to become disillusioned with the idea of team sports and doing stuff that was, you know, where you do all this work without the individual reward, and I knew I wanted to sort of break out from the pack. It makes me laugh when I hear all this paper champion stuff. People have this idea about me that they assume that I came from the big city and that I had all this stuff handed to me. Before me, there was nothing that came out of here. I'm not going to apologize for making it.
Once you become the heavyweight champion of the world, you're not just a wrestler anymore. You become a torchbearer for the company. You become the person who represents the interests of this entire organization. People talk about the fact that I'm aligned with the president of this company like it's a bad thing. But the fact is that without that, you're nothing. Just because I'm happy to embrace it and make it public, don't kid yourself into thinking that any other champion that's come before me or any other top guy in the industry isn't in the exact same position. Gunner, you know the difference between you and me? You're just a wrestler. I'm the asset. And that's why you're not ready to be champion.
This is going to be big. In anticipation of our huge Impact Wrestling main event, both champion and challenger headed to the ring. It's up next. It's Magnus. It's Gunner. And it's for the World Heavyweight title.
On Saturday, March 8th, before the most brutal pay-per-view of the year, Lockdown. TNA Wrestling presents the Lockdown Fan Interaction. This is your chance to meet all of your favorite TNA stars at the Hilton Miami Airport Hotel Ballroom. Go to shoptna.com for details on fan interaction and VIP travel packages on sale now. Then on Sunday, March 9th, don't miss Lockdown live from Miami. Tickets start at $15 and are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Additional fees may apply. Card subject to change.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just received word that next week on Impact Wrestling, in addition to Kurt Angle being inducted into the Hall of Fame, it's Bobby Roode versus MVP. The two lethal lockdown captains clash in London, England. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our World Heavyweight Championship Showdown from Manchester, England. And our Impact Wrestling main event is brought to you by 5 Hour Energy. Focus is the feeling of clarity and alertness, the feeling you get from 5 Hour Energy.
Well, here is the man right here. The man with the opportunity of a lifetime. He earned that case. And in that case, for those that don't know, it's an opportunity at the World Heavyweight title. And that's going to go down right here tonight as he faces Magnus, the TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
And think about this, Taz. Gunner has the potential to be a double champion. He has the World Heavyweight Singles title shot right now. But we saw earlier tonight, he handed over the tag team title case to his tag partner, the Cowboy James Storm. Could have double gold.
Well, Magnus, right here in his home country, going to defend his World Heavyweight title, but he's not exactly loved here in these them parts.
Well, you know what? This is his opportunity to prove to his home country that he's not a paper champion like they've been chanting.
Yeah, that paper champion stuff kind of gets in this guy's head, huh? Bothers him a little bit.
You blame him?
No, I don't blame him, but, you know, I guess he's got to prove his worth.
They're questioning his credibility.
Well, I can understand that. I don't want to knock the guy, but I can understand that. If he can get a strong, solid win right here and defend his title successfully against a man like Gunner, who I think he looked past earlier tonight in his conversation with MVP, Magnus. MVP felt the same thing, I think. Don't look past Gunner, my man, because you will lose that title right here and right now.
Yeah, but keep in mind what's on deck for the winner of this matchup. Whether it be Magnus, whether it be Gunner, we know that the winner tonight goes on to face Samoa Joe at Lockdown.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. It is your main event of the evening. When the bell rings, the man in charge, TNA official, Mr. Brian Hebner. And now, from Manchester, England, it's your World Heavyweight Championship bout of the evening. Introducing, first of all, standing in the corner to my left, he weighed in this morning at 258 pounds and comes to us from Atlanta, Georgia. Cashing in his Feast or Fired briefcase for a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship, he is the challenger, Gunner! And now, introducing, standing in the corner to my right, returning home to the United Kingdom, from Kingsland, England, weighing in at 252 pounds, he is the from Kingsland, England, weighing in at 252 pounds, he is the current reigning and defending TNA Heavyweight Champion of the World. This is Magnus.
And Taz, I guess we shouldn't be surprised by this. It's become the norm as of late, but we've just been informed that this World Heavyweight title matchup is going to be contested under Magnus rules. You know what that means? No disqualification, no count out. Well, I don't know, in terms of Gunner, doesn't sound too positive, does it?
No, it's how convenient that just breaks to us now. You know what I mean? I gotta say, our TNA president, Dixie Carter, she's a genius. She really is, like or not, evil genius.
Yeah, but at the same time, Gunner, a U.S. Marine Corps veteran. He served in the Iraqi war. I can tell you he's not going to be intimidated by either Magnus rules or by fighting Magnus here on foreign soil in the United Kingdom.
No, Gunner is not intimidated by anything or anyone. That I'm going to guarantee you. But the thing that I think Gunner has to be careful of is that the moniker that we kind of deemed on him when he first came in here, we still talk about Mr. Intensity, which is a huge thing for him. But you got to be careful with your Gunner not to let your intensity level get too high and you blow your cool and you make some mistakes.
Gunner has held the TV title. He's also been one half of the World Tag Team Champions with his partner, the Cowboy James Storm. But for me, by far, this has to be the biggest moment of Gunner's career, challenging for the World Heavyweight title. Taz, take us into his mind. What's it like to train, to wrestle for years, and then you finally reach that point when you challenge for the biggest title in our profession?
You've reached it's the holy grail. I mean, that's what you train for. That's what you sweat for. That's what your body's in pain for. That's what you sacrifice for. It's to be the World Heavyweight Champion. And I've said it before here and on other broadcasts. If you're a wrestler and you're not looking to be the World Heavyweight Champion, then get the hell out of the business, because that's what you want to be. The pinnacle, the top of the heap. So a guy like Gunner, he understands that, the athlete he is. He sacrificed and busted his tail. James Storm basically told him everything I just said earlier tonight, and we all got to eavesdrop on that.
And I like the way that Gunner put pressure on himself in terms of that conversation that he had, where he said that tonight he was dedicating this World Heavyweight title match to his Marine Corps brothers.
Well, that's awesome. I mean, that was great to hear. I personally know Gunner, and I'm not surprised to hear him say that. And you know, just for that in itself, how do you not pull for the man? And I also think this is a huge match for Magnus. I mean, you know, we talked about paper champions and people chanting paper champion about Magnus. Magnus even referring that he's not a paper champion. So it's obviously bothering Magnus. As I said earlier, this is an opportunity for Magnus to possibly maybe cement himself with a powerful victory here, if he can do that.
It's a proving ground type match for him.
Absolutely. And, you know, I got to be honest, in my time as a world champion, every time I went to the ring, in my mind, I had to prove myself. I had to prove myself because I was at the top of the hill. And other guys were climbing that hill to try and pull me down. And I would not allow them. I would kick them in the face as they were trying to grab at my feet. So you have to put that pressure on yourself if you are the world champion. You have to. Otherwise, you're not a legitimate champion. You're not.
What do you think of the game plan, the strategy so far from the World Heavyweight Champion? Almost as if he's just trying to control the pace, trying to dictate that pace by neutralizing Gunner, cinching up so tight on the side headlock.
I like it. I think it's smart. Look, both of these men are obviously, you can see from a physical standpoint, they're both in tremendous condition. They're both packed with a boatload of muscle. But, you know, I think if you can control a guy like a guy like Gunner with a basic headlock, good for you, but it obviously didn't work.
Gunner finally tries to get that separation and succeeds. Magnus, the champ, charges into the corner and eats the elbow, and now Gunner going to follow up with a series of strikes.
Well done right there by Magnus. Kept his eye on his opponent, sort of caught him with the chin, and then boom, drives the knee in his spine.
Yeah, caught him completely off guard with that running knee from behind. Gunner never saw it coming.
Well, what's Magnus, who's he calling out here?
I guess Magnus rules. I think he's calling for help from the back, right?
I think so. Well, he holds all the cards.
Oh, but wait a minute. Yeah, in spite of Magnus rules, we're going to have an even playing field. Gunner has backup. Here come the Wolves and Storm. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back in Manchester, England. This is our Impact Wrestling main event. Doesn't get any bigger than this, Taz. World Heavyweight Championship at stake. The challenger Gunner hits the move on the champion Magnus. This matchup contested under Magnus rules. No disqualification, no countout. We've seen how that's helped. It's benefited Magnus in the past. Matches against AJ Styles, matches against Sting. Neutralized tonight because of the presence of the Wolves and James Storm at ringside as Magnus works on the head and the neck of the challenger.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got that clutch in there real tight. Camel clutch made famous by the world-famous Iron Sheik. And that's one of the most painful holds you could be put in, Mike. And you notice how Magnus does the camel clutch, facing Magnus's boys, facing the Wolves, facing his guys, so he can keep an eye on them. Really kind of turned the table here on. I like this, what Gunner did along with James Storm and the Wolves. Turned the table on Magnus.
Yeah, now just a chin lock, and now Magnus doesn't even have that as he's backed up into the corner, and that breaks any grip that the champion has.
Magnus is a big man, and for Gunner to lift him up like that shows his power. But again, this rear choke here, version of a sleeper by Magnus.
Well, this has really been the strategy from the opening.
Don't you quit, Gunner!
from the very opening go of this matchup as the Cowboy, James Storm, tag team partner with Gunner. Yeah, they're back on the same page again, cheering him on from ringside. But the whole strategy from Magnus has been trying to control Gunner. Don't let him get any of those big-time explosive moves.
Well, that's a tough task. I mean, with someone like Gunner, that's a tough task. Tremendous condition. He's a obviously very tough dude, and he knows what he's doing. And he knows right now, Gunner knows he's got to get out of this hole.
That's one way to do it.
And that's
back drop suplex.
He'll create separation with a suplex like that, does Gunner. But can Gunner capitalize now? That's the key.
Both men down as referee Brian Hebner puts in the count. Great to see the backup that he has with the Wolves, Davey and Eddie, as well as Storm in this Magnus
Rules match. I wanted to point out the backup, Mike. Storm, once that suplex happened by Gunner on Magnus, Storm and the Wolves immediately looked back at the entranceway. They did, to see, you know, if EC3 was going to come out of a little spud, you know, they keep an eye on that.
Started as an exchange. Gunner gets the best of it until he's cut off with a knee to the midsection. Perfectly placed by the champ.
Yeah, Magnus able to shut down the challenger one more time. Again, this is for the World Heavyweight Championship. This is humongous here. Oh!
Big time power move by the champion, but gonna follow up. Gonna head out and go high risk at this point. When we've seen him come off the top so many occasions, Taz, with a big move that puts his opponents away.
And that man is far away. Gunner's far away, but look at that.
That's what he hits. Top rope elbow. It's gained him so many wins. Gonna roll over the challenger. Gonna hook the near leg. And gets just two.
Gunner keeps his opportunity to become World Heavyweight Champion. Keeps it alive. The Wolves and Storm look a little happily surprised that he was able to kick out. And now Gunner, again, this is Magnus rules.
Yes, so he's going to try and exploit it. No count out, no disqualification. So obviously taking the World Heavyweight Championship belt, bringing it in. And it looks like he's going to try and use it here as a weapon against Gunner.
He's lining up. Magnus is lining up Gunner. He's lining him up here.
Whoa. Gunner not only able to duck it, Magnus tosses the title belt over the top of his head.
Wink in the eyes, that was smart by Magnus getting out of that.
Both men go for the cross-body block, and both men connect.
Yeah, both of these athletes are very large, big muscular dudes, and they just collided in midair. Both like cross-body blocks. Oh, look at this.
EC3.
And there's the equalizer.
The bromance as well. But that's the even playing field. In terms of Storm and the Wolves, they're there to cut him off. And this gives Gunner his chance to fight one-on-one. You gotta love this.
And again, to reiterate, it's Magnus rules. It's all legal. This is the way this was put down here.
Wolves having their way with the bromance. Cowboy James Storm, the same with EC3 as they fight up the ramp.
Davey Richards all over. Hold on.
Here it is. Doors open for a new World Heavyweight Champion. Gunner hits the powerbomb on Magnus. Now there's nobody to interfere. Now he can put him away.
Oh, buddy. We might be witnessing history here in a second. Gunner's gonna fly. Gunner's gonna fly.
Big time diving headbutt off the top.
Top him. You got to cover him.
Just a 3 count away from having a new champion. Gunner, leg hook. Referee counts 2. Wait a minute.
Spud.
Yeah, the chief of staff.
Oh, man.
He just positioned Magnus' leg on the ropes before the referee could count 3.
Wow, it was smart. It was smart of Rockstar Spud, the chief of staff. He protects his countrymate and the member.
I mean, you talked about how he's so intense, but now in an attempt to chase
keep your eye on the prize.
he just lost his concentration. For just that split second, he lost his focus. Hit the head with the championship belt by Magnus. Wait a minute. Magnus can't believe it, and neither can I. How did Gunner get the shoulder up before 3?
That was shocking. Now Storm's coming back out here.
Take care of Spud. Get him away from ringside so that Gunner's got that even playing field again.
Well, I'll tell you what, Magnus needs to do something really quick to capitalize. Let's keep in mind, he still nailed Gunner in the head with that title belt.
You can see that the challenger, Gunner, is still dazed. And no surprise, but he tried to put him head first into the corner turnbuckle. But look at the reaction from Gunner.
Well, that's Mr. Intensity. This is kind of motivates this guy, fires him up. Don't knock yourself out, bro.
Oh, my. I think Magnus is in trouble right here.
You hear that primal scream by Gunner. This guy's on fire.
Back-to-back double sled shots, followed up by the headbutt. And then full speed in the corner.
Oh.
Gonna try and finish him off. Slingshot. Right on the back goes Magnus.
Shades of Tully Blanchard right there. That slingshot into that suplex. Works perfectly. Man, go for something, Gunner. Don't wait. Do it.
You can just feel it here in Manchester. And so can the crowd. The crowd as well.
Could you imagine Magnus losing this title right here in his own country? He's going to lose it. Look at this.
Champion down. Challenger going to try and finish him off. One big move could do it. Not spud again.
But James Storm's going to take care of that.
Fortunately, Cowboy going to take care of the Chief of Staff and clear the path for a new champion.
Whoa. Flying spud.
Storm says, close the deal. Oh my God! What the hell was that, Storm?
Wait a minute.
James Storm, he just drilled his tag team partner. He just laid out Gunner with the last call super kick. What the hell's going on, Storm?
This Magnus rules. There's no, you can do whatever you want here, and I can't believe Storm just did this.
He caught him off the top. He hit him with the last call. I don't believe it, and Magnus keeps the title.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, and still TNA Heavyweight Champion of the World, Magnus.
I even think Magnus is shocked. He's looking at James Storm like, what the hell just happened? But you know what? Magnus, the world champ, still the champion, picks up the scraps left behind by Storm. Oh my God, I can't believe this.
I can't believe it either. I can't believe that Storm just cost Gunner the World Heavyweight Championship.